Right, week 4, we're now going into the actual guards, and our first concept of guard is the side scissor guard, right? And we're going to be using, again, the same fundamentals that I've shown you in the previous weeks, understanding the knee pull system, understanding hip heisting, crossing of the arms, and all the different grip breaks, putting it all together to enter this concept of the side scissor. So now I'm going to look at the side scissor, how to enter it correctly, and how to just maintain that guard position. Once we've understood that maintenance and entering of that position of the side scissor, we can then get into sweeps and submissions, right? So, from this position, right, we have our standard where the guy has a lapel and some type of belt grip or my grip. We're going to use the same type of grip break where the near hand, I grab the sleeve, I come around, right? And now I pull, right, and go to the side. So I'm pulling and I'm going to the side. As you can see now, we've exposed the back. So now I'm going to step, shrimp my hip out, reconnect. So if you can see, my hips are on the side of him and I'm connecting hard onto his lower back using my knee, all right, as maintaining pressure onto his lower back to break posture, right? The lower part is very important, and my closed guard is actually on the side of him. It's not center line, all right? So I must be on the side, and that's why it's called a side scissor, right? From here, I need to make sure that my chest comes to his back, all right? And don't worry about everyone wants to stay behind their elbow. Yes, you want to stay behind their elbow, but from this position, I want to close the space of his shoulder, right, and his back. Right, so I come and I connect to the back. My grip, right, he is either going to his armpit, right? So if we turn a little bit more this way, my grip is either going to the armpit, which is your first primary grip, right? From here, right, I can either take the lapel, I can hold the lapel, or the third one will be his arm. I cross his arm and I connect the arm. So again, legs is keeping on the side of him. That's why it's called a side scissors. I'm clamping it down hard. My chest is connected to his back. Right, staying behind shoulder and his elbow. Right? And then my primary arm, right, is either coming to the armpit, lapel, or I'm passing the arm across and reconnecting. The next important thing is my secondary hand is maintaining, okay, the grip on the sleeve or the wrist. You see the sleeve is easier. So from this position now, if I have the lapel or the armpit, I keep this position. I ask my opponent to try and stand or to try to retrieve his elbow behind. I keep trying to stay behind him the whole time, okay? As well as here, if he tries to start building height, like his hand starts going towards his center line and pushing off, I can also use my knees to pull him, pulling him to the mat, which starts disrupting his base. So again, the front hand, using the same grip breaks. So I pull, maintain this grip the whole time. So I'm pushing this hand away from me the whole time. Okay, I grab, I squeeze, and reconnect. Okay, now all the individual does is try to retract his elbows. I stay, I'll knee pull, and I stay in the side scissors position, using the knee pull, okay, and extending the arm as much as I can. Okay, if there's a disconnection of the hand, I get to my elbow, right, maintaining my knee position and my feet position, and my primary hand has to stay either onto the armpit or to the lapel, and I don't disconnect my head from him. As soon as I disconnect my head, he can slip the elbow, correct? If I keep my head close to him, if he tries to slip the elbow, it's a little bit more difficult, okay? In time, it might occur, all right? But it's easy enough for me to maintain this position. As he's trying to retract his elbow, his hand is close to me, I can push it across, and then maintain the side scissor position.